Well, I've got to get past the red toll gate. I have to give Red a pet, don't I? Oh boy. Red is one of my two favorite dogs. He's a big old softie, very soft dog, gentle as anything, and he is probably the biggest dog that we have. Are you lovely? Are you lovely, old boy? Now welcome to a foreigner in the Philippines. So I give you, we didn't do a walkthrough from yesterday. So here's a result of all of my work last night. I worked late until about 11 last night, and I got quite a bit done. We're now upholstered in here, so pretty well finished. I need to probably secure the table at the end there. And got just detail work, painting here, and getting these little details in. But the main success story for last night was that I managed to get the upholstery done. It's not perfect, but it certainly has helped. The quality of the material is an issue here. This crease is where the material is folded in half, so it comes off the bale and it's half. When you look at it, it's actually half of what the actual width of the material is, because it's folded. The trouble is that the fold is so sharp it remains, and I don't find that good. Plus we found other defects. Found it had actually been sewn together. so there's a ridge across the whole width of the material. So the cloth had a lot of waste, but we got the job done that we wanted to do. I stayed up, as I said, late last night and put the thing out on the floor. I did the main part on the floor. two bigger parts I did on the floor. So now we have the nieces of Nana come from the islands, so they borrowed our mattress. I'll just bring you up to date on the things that we've got done. We got the back splash, what you will call it, down on there, on the granite, and a little one on here. So there's still detail work to do, always left with details. Here, James is actually working on this right now. I got the upholstery all done, and we got these little fillets that are facing plates, covering the ends. And instead of doing that in wood and having it stick out, I covered that in the material itself and lost it, see. So this is actually going to be the last thing. I'll have, once again, little details. I have to paint the end of that because it's now visible. But what we're looking for is, we're looking at doing this nice detail here, where we got this coloured, this is actually plyboard, and the end is half round. So we're going to do the same treatment here. So we found a piece of the same colour, and we're going to do that all around there, and then put the half round on the edges here, which does give a very nice effect. So there. So Coming up now is what I've been dreading to do because it's so painstaking and laborious, and that is getting these pieces of moulding picked out in green. 1, 2, 3. I have to do this again. Just getting that edge is is mind-numbing. So I'm going to have to do them all again. I got one there, look. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. I'll look forward to that. But really happy with how things are looking now. It's all looking very clean and simple. So haven't even been up in the bedroom for absolutely days to do any work up there. So all of the little bits and pieces that are left to do up there are still left to do up there. Now, one thing that I did want to get on and do was to lacquer so I need a very light dust off there with a very mild sandpaper, just to take the edges off, just slightly rough edges that have been where the grain has been lifted up. That's been done with latex paint and then lacquered over the top, varnished over the top, and it tends to fur the grain up a little, so you need to nib it off. We're going to have a slightly bigger fridge. I think it's going to be taller, so not even looking at where that shelf goes yet. Hopefully it won't interfere with that plug there. See, but all of this is actually finished. It's all done. We rerouted this outlet. It was actually connected to that one. They took from that and ran it all along here to feed this, and this is where the cooker's going to go. That's why there's metal on the back there. So don't know what they were thinking there, and I never picked it up at the time. So we've actually taken it now. We've taken it from this plug down. This is going to be covered in by the fridge anyway, and I don't mind that. Already lived with that right along the back, aesthetically speaking. See, these are the kind of things that we really don't have much control over at this point, because we're retrofitting all of the electrics. We thought that we were going to have the blinds in, so we put that up there so that we could run the blinds. I'll paint that so that it's the same colour as the wall, and we'll mount the blinds on that. But we can't get the blinds because they don't have them in Alturas, which is the only place that they would have them. So got a door to paint. But all of this also has to have certainly several coats of varnish, which lifts it up and underneath as well. That's the picture, that's the empty picture frame which goes up here, and I wanted that because I wanted that to have pictures of all of our time together. Now here's the difficulty with using digital all the time, unless you have a high quality printer, which we do have a printer, but whether it's good enough quality to give us photographs is another thing. So we would have to take a card in and with the photographs that we want printed out, and get them printed out at a shop in Taliban, because we don't use a proper camera, shall we call it. But very happy with everything as it is now. Of course, we can always do better. Got to put the television up there. But awaiting us is a really big unpleasant duty. As soon as you get to the end here, this is where the good stuff ends, and the duties, chores begin. So all of this has to be found a place. The wood there is what's being cut to give us some cabinets here, some serious cabinet space, storage, coming right up to the window, and that will fill that space there, and that's all going to be done, possibly started today once the love seat is finished. But then this is what used to be our office, and what we've done is, so that we can get a feeling that the house is actually approaching finished, we just loaded everything out here. So this is the storeroom at the moment. Can't really do anything in here right now. At some point we probably have to put if anybody's out there and they're looking at this and saying, oh, that's nice, they've put the hamac on up inside. Yes, it really does look very nice, but in the end we'll have to put a ceiling in here because it sheds dust. Serious. Here we got a table. Look, see, look at the dust that comes off, and that's coming down pretty well all the time. See, if you look there, see, look at the desk, and you can't keep up with that. There's all the paper. Got loads of just stuff to get rid of. And this is Pussycat, and she has had a little family, and this is where she's chosen to be. Doesn't matter with a cat whether you can. I know that there are people out there that their cats are on pillows and got their own eider down or whatever and comforter, but this is a farm cat. She decides. So she looked around, she found a place. First of all, she went into the let me see, where did she go? She found just one of these boxes like this, and she went there. We looked around. A couple of days later, the kittens were gone, and she'd moved them to another place, and now she'd moved them to here. But we really need to get them over to Nanai's house. She's a lovely old cat. And then we need to have her fixed. The problem is that you can't have them fixed straight away after they've had a litter. I think there's a limit to the time limit. So we really need to keep her chaste, shall we say, while we're waiting for the proper time to take her down and have her fixed, so that she doesn't keep having kittens. She's too old now to be having kittens. See, she's just had a small litter of two little babies there. Okay, Puss, I think you did your time on the childbirth. Yeah? She's lovely. She comes in. She doesn't want to be held, or she didn't used to. She's changed a little bit now with this litter. Before she had the litter, she started getting very needy. You know, she needed, and she'd come, and whatever I was doing, she'd come and somehow she'd get on my lap, and she'd be there for as long as it suited her, and then she'd climb down. Whereas before, if I tried to hold her on my lap, you know, she'd be okay for maybe a minute, then she'd get down, but she'd go and sit maybe a yard away from me. So she's still there with me, but she's not on my knee. But now She actually wanted me to come and look at the kittens. The last litter that she had, well, one particular litter that she's had several. She also got needy again. See, now she wants the attention now, and she came and she made it clear that whatever we did in terms of giving her a place, she was going to have the kittens right there on the couch with us. So we had to get a little box like this, put her into the box, and she stayed in the box as long as we stayed there. So I think that they always say that some cats are good with men and some cats are good with women. Well, she likes men, so she's my cat, I guess, in a way. Aren't you, baby? She always looks as if she's been digging in the dirt somewhere. She's got a dirty nose. It's okay. Yeah, she's heard James and Rohan coming. Okay. It's okay. Okay. I'm going. So that's our little visit with Pussycat. Not my choice of a name. That's what Beth calls her. She calls her Pussycat. And the two kittens look exactly like her. Now lots of cats don't like you touching their babies. In fact, I've known of cats that would kill the baby if it was touched by a human. But she's much closer to us than that, and actually enjoys us being with her. Like you can see now, she's quite relaxed. Okay. Actually, she came to see me last night when I was doing the upholstery, and the next thing I know, she's settled herself down right smack in the middle of what I'm doing. So you can't sit there. She says, yes I can. Oh yes I can. Okay, Mommy. I'm going. Oh, thanks for looking in. This has been a look at the cat, really. Yeah, bye for now.